Hello everyone, Tocha is here, and today we'll count the maximum theoretical number of points you can get in the game of Azul. A quick disclaimer right away, it would require a very cooperative opponent to actually reach this, so this is purely theoretical. But we can still actually get some insights and tips on how to improve your tactics knowing some of this. So let's get straight to it. Let's start from the simple part. You of course want to have all your 25 tiles completed if you want to have the maximum number of points. It's easy to see why. If the maximum number of points would be obtained from a non-full board, then just fill the empty spots and you have more points. So of course we want to have full board completed. Let's see how many points we score for completing every tile in one row or column. It doesn't really matter which for now. We'll consider the bonuses for horizontal and vertical lines at the end of this. The initial thing we'll notice that we get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 points, which is 15 in total for any completed line. But this is not exactly true, because you see, you get 1 point for the first tile you place only if it's the first tile in its neighborhood, so that it doesn't have any more neighbors around. If this is not the first row you're trying to complete, and we have some neighbors for this cell, we get plus 2 points for this black cell, but it's actually plus 2 for completing the vertical line, the column. We actually do not get any points for the row we are completing right now. So for now, when we consider a general line, whether it's vertical or horizontal line, let's consider that we get 0 points for the first tile, and then plus 2 for the second, 3 for the third, 4 for the fourth, and 5 for the fifth. So in total we get 14 points for one whole line. There are in total 5 horizontal and 5 vertical lines, so in total we get 14 times 10, which is 140 points for this. But of course we do get some points for those first tiles we place. So the most optimal way we can actually place them is to complete one full diagonal first. Because if we do that in any order, whether we do it from top left to bottom right or from bottom left to top right, we actually do get plus 1 for the first tile we place, but only for one of the lines in which this tile is located. So like, for example, this blue tile will only score plus 1 for either this horizontal line or this vertical line, depends on how we decide to count it. So we don't get plus 10 points here, but only plus 5 to our total count. This gives us 145 points for completing one full board without considering any bonuses yet. If we do account for the bonuses, we get plus 2 for each row, so it's 10 points. Plus 7 for each column, it's 35 points, and plus 10 for each color, which is 50 points for all 5 colors. In total it gives us 95 points for all the bonuses. So together, 145 plus 95, it's 240 points. This is the total maximum number of points you can get in a Azul game. For those of you who are interested in mathematics, this formula gives you the maximum number of points you can get when playing on n by n board. You can try to prove it yourself. So what tip or strategy advice we can figure out from this? In theory, the optimal way to play would be to finish a full diagonal in the first round and then grow your tiles from there without any gaps. But let's say so it's not possible to do in every single game you play, right? So as a more practical advice, notice that starting with building a straight column and then in the next round building the adjacent one is actually less efficient than making a small staircase shape in the top 3 rows. Yes, this gives us fewer points in the first round, but we actually get more in total by the end of the second round here. And an even more efficient way to start is to build a small diagonal in the central 3x3 square, and then grow it to the full square. So now you know. I don't think anyone ever get 240 points in a fair game when their opponent didn't try to help you get the maximum number of points. I do not remember my highest ever score, but I believe it was something in the realm of 130-ish points. I would appreciate if you could share your highest ever score if you do remember or can estimate it in the comments below. I hope you like this video and to see you in the next one.